Some of you, I think almost all of you were here last time. If you weren't, TJ shared with us some of his experiences with regards to auto mechanic, auto flipping, auto everything around the world. Conversation took a turn to what's new and relevant, gentrification, meaning times is changing right here in this area, rents is going up, and if you can't afford it, you're moving out. New people is moving in. I'm sure you see them every day walking their dogs, taking morning walks and stuff. So values of properties is skyrocketing. Good if you own, but if you happen to be a renter, bad. And that's why LA is passing laws trying to help all these people stay around. But unfortunately, you can't fight the wave. Today it's a little bit different, as you see if you're looking at it right there. Auto flipping. So before it was houses, my intro to that is a house, 3% down. Well, the average house 400,000, 3% might be like $12,000. A car though, 3% of a car, even if it's not 3%. The price of a car way less usually if you're flipping a car than $12,000. Give me your undivided attention. Other than that, TJ, you got the floor.
How y'all doing?
Great.
All right, y'all know who I am. TJ, Compton guy. Grew up around the corner here. One of the celebrity car builders, master mechanic. I know my way around the car a little bit. So I found out that a lot of people, over the years of me being in business, I've been in business almost 20, 30 years, 29, 30 years, right? Working on cars with a license. So now I don't work on cars anymore. I decided I'm gonna start teaching y'all the game and show y'all what's going on. So I travel around the country speaking about this. But what I've come to notice is a lot of people have car problems because they don't know what cars to buy. Any of y'all got cars in here? Okay, how old are y'all in here today?
15, 14.
15, okay. So,
Okay.
okay, times is different. Times a little different now. So I grew up in Compton, California. I'm a celebrity car builder. I grew up building cars in my mother's backyard. I had an auto mechanic class at Centennial High School before they pulled it out, which they recently put it back in not too long ago. So now I get to go advise them and take them on field trips and stuff. But my thing is, auto mechanics is one of the highest paid things out there that they don't want us to know about. Did y'all know that? They don't even talk about cars, period, right? In schools, because they don't want us to know that. Anything, it's a trade. Trades pay a lot of money. So I'm going to tell y'all why trades pay a lot of money and why mechanics are so wealthy and rich most times. So y'all heard the word flipping? Flipping cars is good. Flipping houses is bad. I don't believe in flipping houses. I believe we're supposed to be sitting and holding houses, meaning once you own the house, you rent it out. You don't supposed to be flipping, so don't let anybody tell you about flipping no more. You're supposed to be sitting and holding real estate. But automotive, it's cool to flip cars. So I want to talk about that. Okay, I already told y'all who I am. Grew up building cars, celebrity cars, everything. So if I realized working on a 64 Chevy is not that far difference than working on a Bentley. How many of y'all believe that? I love hands. I like when people raise their hand. Go ahead. What you got?
Oh, why do that?
What was your question?
I had a question.
Oh,
I was agreeing to what you were saying.
huh?
I was agreeing.
Okay. When I see a hand, I like hands. When you got a question, raise your hand. Feel free to ask me questions. That's what I'm here for. You got your hand. See, you thought I didn't see that, huh? 4 eyes, young lady. I can see. But anyway, y'all, I just want people to know that they pulled the trades out of the schools because they saw a large amount of us working on cars. We started making a lot of money, and they didn't want us to do that anymore. So when I first learned how to work on the car in high school, they teach me how to change the spark plugs. Today, on the way home from school, I was telling all the elders, hey, Miss Jones, I've changed spark plugs. If you need me to change it, to do a tune-up, I got you. $50, you buy the parts. Next day, they showed me how to do an oil change. On the way home from school, hey, Miss Betty, I can change your oil on your car when you need it. You get the parts, give me $25, I got you. Next day, brakes. What did I do the next day, y'all? When I got home. When I learned how to...
money on name.
Yeah, everything I learned at school in mechanics, it was transferable to money. It was transferable to business. I wasn't looking for no job. I was looking, man, the teacher told me I can go home and make money off this today. Let me try it out then. You say me learning how to change brakes, pay attention Because I know how to change brakes, I can turn around and charge my neighbors for this? Okay, I'm gonna try this out. Man, I turned around and learned how to change brakes. By the time I got to the house, that night I was changing somebody's brakes. 35 bucks. Y'all hear what I said?
35.
Instantly, I'm making money. So I like things that are transferable to where I can be a business owner and make money today. So that's why I'm here to talk to y'all. So I grew up building old classic cars, but I dealt with a lot of rappers, entertainers. Y'all understand? Y'all know what I'm saying, right? Rappers got both of these, don't they? They got lowriders and Rolls Royces and Ferraris and Bentleys and Lamborghinis, right? So when they started coming to me saying, TJ, man, they charging me a lot of money to look at my Bentley. I'm like, what? Let me take a look at it. Next thing you know, oh, I'm working on those too. But I realized there's a significant difference. You go into the dealer with a Toyota Camry and say, oh, I need an oil change. They're going to be like 80 bucks or something. You go to the dealer in the Bentley and say, I need an oil change. They're going to be like 2,800 bucks. Something crazy, yeah. Check it out. Call the dealer. Call Lamborghini. Say, what do you charge for an oil change? What do you charge for front brakes on a Ferrari? You see what they say. Blow your mind. But these are things we're not supposed to know about. So anyway, I started realizing, I was like, TJ, can you look at the Bentley? Can you look at the Ferrari for me, man? The lights don't go up no more. Like, yeah, I can do it. What, my favorite question to ask, what did they charge you? What was they going to charge you? That's how I get the prices, because if you just ask me, oh, TJ, the lights on my Ferrari don't go up, in my mind, oh, I know what it is. I can fix it. I fix it, give me $100, then I find out later Ferrari charged $8,000. So always ask, have you got any estimates? What do they charge you? So anyway, in auto flipping, why be an auto flipper or a mechanic? Because it's a multi-trillion-dollar industry. Anybody see any cars around here? Yes. Everybody see cars. Three big, you got the three big, the big three they call them. Ford, Chevy, and Chrysler. Those are cars that are made in America. More cars are sold in America than anywhere. See, y'all got to pay attention to things that are being talked about. So I listen to these words, right? More cars are sold in America. Then you got more cars are sold in California. I'm like, wait a minute, I live in California and I live in America. Then they said, well, there's over 15 million cars in California. Do y'all understand what that means? There's over 8 million cars in LA. Anybody know where LA is?
Right here.
Right here. Shouldn't somebody be telling us we should be working on cars? What do y'all think? We always looking for jobs and people be like, oh, they're not hiring for this, they're not hiring for that, so you should move to Texas, you should move to Atlanta. But the reality is, they telling you to go get a job in the wrong fields. They don't want us working on these because they know we won't have to move nowhere. We won't be using words called it's too expensive. I can't afford to live here. Like Mr. Turnay said, you need to put 3% down, right? My people be like, how much is the house? Is cash? Can I pay cash? Because they making money building cars and working on cars. Big difference. There's a big difference in conversation between a person with a good job and a person who owns a business. Y'all know that, right? Person who owns a business is like, I'd rather just pay for it. I don't have any credit, I just pay cash. You always hear stuff like that. More mechanics and shops are needed, y'all, because there's so many cars out here. So you can't go wrong with doing these right here. Selling cars, being an auto mechanic, especially if you own an auto mechanic shop, have a body shop. Some of the auto painters are some of the wealthiest people I know. Y'all hear that? People who know how to paint cars. Y'all know why? Anybody know why? Why would the painters be so wealthy and successful?
Cars.
Because there's so many cars and there's not enough people to paint cars. It ain't like they teaching classes, an auto body class. Even though they got a closed down paint booth at Centennial High School, which I'm working on opening back up, by the way. Very important. Auto designers, auto parts manufacturers, auto parts locators. Do you know they got people, I would call people and say, hey, I'm building a 1957 Chevy convertible and I need a trunk. Y'all know what a trunk is, right? Can you find me a trunk? I call those people parts locators. They would literally be on the phone, be on the internet, looking up car parts, and they would call me back, TJ, I found one in Georgia. It's in Athens, Georgia. Okay, the trunk is $500. It's gonna cost you $700 to get it here, and I want $200 for finding. I'd be like, done. Here go $2,000. Y'all hear what I just said? They sitting at home. All they doing is looking for car parts, and they pulling down a high 6 and 7 figures a year, easily. Being a middleman, finding car parts. Craigslist. I call this the Bible of cars. Meaning, this is where I start my search. When I'm looking to buy a used car, I always start off with Craigslist. That's where everything is at. It's online. It's free. Y'all hear that? It's free. I can upload pictures easily, whatever, user friendly. But I always tell people, instead of always going on there trying to buy stuff, y'all know y'all can trade stuff? A lot of people who got cars don't realize somebody else is looking for that car. You don't always have to sell your car. You can just go on Craigslist and type in trade and see what start popping up. Back in the days, I would type in trade on Craigslist. It'd be like 50 things pop up. Now it's like 5,500 things pop up because a lot of people don't have the cash. So they're trading. So if you got a Toyota Camry and you all of a sudden think you need a truck because you're going to start a business, put on there, I'm willing to trade my Camry for a Chevy pickup truck, 2008 and up. Somebody gonna call you, be like, okay, I want that truck. But what you do is, before I buy anything, you always do comparables and see what these cars are worth. I'm looking at 3 cars to compare. How to set car prices. Find 3 of the same car, right? Look for similar years and miles. Y'all understand what that means, right? How many miles the car got on it? Y'all understand what that means? Yeah. What year is the car? Anybody in here got a car? No? Okay, just checking. When I was young, we was having cars hiding around the corner. But buy cars are similar. Okay, so y'all see this under this car here? What is that? Is that a good car to buy? No, you don't buy no car with no oil under it. I see too many people who bought a car, and I'd be like, why'd you buy this car? It's leaking oil and all of that. Oh, it was cute. I like the rims on it. It's a convertible. Like, ooh. It always get people off. Man, they had a booming system in there. I had to have that car. But it's leaking oil. It's running hot. It got 400,000 miles on it. Be like, what that mean? We don't never buy cars with all those miles on it like that. So anyway, you see cars like this, you always look under the car. Whenever I buy a car, the first thing I do is look under the bottom of it to see if anything possibly wrong with it. Bartering, not enough money to take old cars in. That's trade. Trade one new car for 3 old cars. Never pay. Y'all know you never pay full price for a car. If I want $7,000 for a car, do y'all pay me $7,000 if I'm selling it? No, you want to trade. You want to barter with me or something. So why did I put it at 7,000? If I put it at 5, y'all gonna immediately offer me 3, right? Did y'all know that? So if I put it at 7, if I really wanted 5,000, and I'm gonna put it in there at 7, because I know somebody like myself is gonna come in there willing and dealing and try to talk me down to 5. So I want 5, I'm gonna put it in there for 7. But if I wanted 5, and I put it in there for 5, they're gonna talk me down to what?
3.
So I don't want 3. So that means you gotta put it in there higher. So knowing that people do that, you never pay the full price. You always negotiate, right? What happened if a car is on the market for 6 or 7 months? Anybody know? By show of hands. Y'all know I give gifts, right?
Price go down?
The price should go down?
By show of hands. Price is worth less money. You know what I'm saying? If it's been on the market for a long time, it's been on the market, you can see it sit outside for 6 months for sale. And all of a sudden it ain't worth it. Something must be wrong with it, right? Huh?
So you want it to go down?
Yeah, you don't want. I want to make sure ain't nothing wrong with it first. But if I'm a mechanic and I know how to build cars or fix cars, I'm gonna turn around and go buy it anyway because I know how to fix it. Do y'all know y'all ever seen a car sitting on the side of the house broke down? Low salt, flat tires, dirty, been sitting there for years, right? I love those kind of cars because people aren't mechanics, they don't know what be wrong with the cars. And then on top of that, because mechanics lie so much, dealers lie so much, you take your car to the mechanic shop and say, hey, my car don't start. I came out this morning trying to go to work and it didn't start. I don't know what's wrong with it. Tell me what's wrong with it. He's going to look at it. He's thinking ooh, this is a Toyota Camry, this is a good car, I can sell this for about $8,000, I'm gonna lie to her. Oh man, you need to just go on and buy a new car. So this is discombobulator. Y'all know what a discombobulator is? It ain't a such thing. He just made it up. He gonna tell you something that he know you don't know so that he can talk you out of your car. You know what? If I was you, I would just go buy a new car. That car really ain't worth anything. Matter of fact, I got a cousin that work at the dealer. Kia's giving a good deal right now. But I'll tell you what, you're gonna need some money, so let me give you $200 for your car. You be like, all right, thank you for helping me out. I appreciate it. You take your $200 down to the dealer and get a new car because you got good credit, right? But long story short, you pass back by the mechanic shop, your car is sitting there for $5,000 running. That's a big game, y'all. Watch out for that stuff. That's why it's good to learn how to work on cars. So I would love to go, when I see new cars, when I see cars that I know are good cars, Toyota Camrys, Corollas, Honda Civics and stuff, sitting on side of people's houses, I'm going to go knock on the door and ask them, are they interested in selling it? What was wrong with it? I'm going to look under the bottom. Ain't no oil on the ground. Turned out the battery was messed up or the cable was gone. So the person just said, I got good credit. I'm going to just buy a new car. So those cars are sitting in people's driveways worth a lot of money. Best time of the year to buy a car. Anybody know? Huh? Christmas, the holidays. Why would that be a good time to buy cars?
We have no sales.
Okay, what about used cars? Why would that be a good time of the year to buy a used car? Huh? Summer? You know what I'm saying? Why would it be a good time of the year to buy a used car?
I think that's like people buy like movies.
Most people trying to get them new car deals. Ed Hannah? Okay, so why is it a good time of the year to buy used cars? It's a good time of the year to buy a used car because people ain't focusing on cars at that time. People trying to buy Christmas gifts. They trying to buy 58-inch TVs and all these new iPhones and things like that, right? Ain't nobody thinking really about no cars. So used cars really that's a great time to buy. Because people are saying, dang it, we can sell that old car in the driveway and go buy some Christmas gifts. We can sell that old car and we can use that money to fly out and see grandmoms for Christmas, right? Spend Christmas with grandmoms. So that's a great time to sell a car. To buy a car. Not a good time to sell one though. What's the worst time to buy a car, y'all? After the holidays. Tax season. Why is it a bad time to buy a car in tax season?
Everybody got money, so the price is going up.
Exactly. Go ahead. You understand that? Yeah, everybody got money, so the dealers already know tax season is coming. People got their money. Let's jack the prices up sky high because we're going to have a whole lot of people with money coming through here. So I really want 5,000. Remember I said I was going to put it on there for 7? Now that it's tax season, I want 10. Y'all hear what I just said? Everybody jacks their prices up, so I don't even go looking for cars around tax season because I already know what's going to happen. When is it a great deal? Why is it a good deal to buy a car, y'all? When is it a good deal to buy a used car? When do sellers just want out? When they tired of paying for parking tickets. Y'all see the city playing games. They trying to get people to get out of these cars. So you notice they putting parking meters in front of everybody's houses, in front of people's blocks, all on the street by their jobs and everything. And they start putting tickets on them. And then eventually people get tired and say, you know what? I'm just going to get rid of this car because I can't never find parking. And when I do find it, they put a ticket on my car. So they turn around and say, you know what? I'm going to just go and sell it. But before you buy a car, you always ask the person, do you have any parking tickets on it? Y'all know why? Because those tickets are going to go with that registration. So if you go to the dealer, to the DMV and say, I want to register my car, they're going to say, okay, well, it's $105 to register the car, but you got $800 worth of parking tickets on there that you got to pay. So your total is $905. Y'all hear what I just said? So before I buy a car, I always call the DMV and say, here's the license plate. Does this car have any parking tickets on it? Because I'm interested in buying it. And that's sometimes why the tags will be expired. Y'all know what the tags are? When you see a car, do you buy a car if it's 2019 right now, and you see a car that says tags is 2018, would you buy the car?
No.
Why not?
It's expired.
Okay, so does that really mean anything?
Yes.
So you can't drive it if the tag's expired. So there are a number of reasons of why tags will be expired. Parking tickets could be one thing, or it won't be able to pass the smog. Y'all know what a smog is? Smog check. In order to get your registration, go ahead.
They run a check on your car.
Exactly. They run a check on your car. Like Mr. Turnay said, they put this pipe up the tail, put the thing up the tailpipe, and see how is it breathing, connect something to the spark plug wires, and see how the car is running. They say, oh, it don't pass the smog. You need to replace the O2 sensor, this and that, and that's $1,200. You be like, never mind, I'm just gonna put it up for sale. Hopefully I catch me a dummy that don't know nothing about cars, that they gonna like the fact that it's a convertible and it got loud music and some rims on it, right? People like, oh, that's cool, I want that car. They don't even pay attention to the fact that the tags say February of 2018. So we don't buy those kind of cars. Divorce sale. Would you buy a car that was $1? What does Mr. Turnay say? What's your story?
Man, I seen a car on Craigslist. It was a motorcycle, a Harley. My wife got divorced from her husband. She sold his Harley for $1. One whole dollar. It was, because I was in the market to buy a Harley, that's why I know about the story. And it was nice. It was the nicest thing I've seen. Like you said, I don't know how many thousands he put into it, but it was definitely not stopped. She touched it for $1. It was gone. By the time I tried to reply to the message, there was no contact back.
If somebody,
So she didn't got a divorce and she got mad?
Yep.
Thanks. That's
She cheated or something?
that's scandalous.
hey, we gonna talk about that, right? We gonna go in and talk about that real quick. When I'm looking for cars, I be like, oh, I want me a brand new Mercedes, for example, right? And then you turn around, they be like, oh, these is $50,000. Here go one for $50,000. Here go one for $48,000. Here go one for $52,500. Oh, wait a minute. Here go one for $500. Do you call that person with the $500 car knowing that this car is worth $50? Huh? But something could be wrong with it, right? $500. But knowing Mr. Turnay's story, I'm gonna call that one first. Why are you selling it? Oh, she just got a divorce from her husband, and she bought him for his favorite Dodge Charger, for example. His Dodge Demon, she bought him for that car, knowing that he wanted that car. So she was like, I want the car, and he was mad because he knew she didn't want that car, for example, or the Harley Davidson Mr. Turnay talking about. So they turned around and put it in there for $500, right? And now and then she letting him know I sold your car for $500, even though I know you paid $80 for it. And I know you paid $10,000, $15,000 for them rims. So you got bitter people selling cars. So yeah, I'm gonna always ask, if this is a divorce car, you better get over there fast because everybody's gonna try to buy it. What's the top selling cars, y'all? Toyotas. Yep. Toyotas, Hondas, and Nissans is the best cars to buy. So if y'all looking to buy a car, I recommend that be one of those three, preferably a Toyota. But you know you're going to pay more money for the Toyota, right? The best cars are always going to be the more expensive cars. So when you go to the dealer is always going to say, oh, I got a Chevy over here for you. He's never going to want you to see these cars over here. What's the most expensive cars to buy? Affordable cars. There you go. So you can pass the test real quick. Toyotas, Nissan, and Hondas are the most expensive. So if you go into the lot, they're going to be expensive. Or if you go to the auction, they're going to be expensive. Because those are the ones that people want because they're very reliable. So when y'all buy y'all cars, make sure you buy one of those. Like I said, preferably a Toyota. They're very popular. good.
Battery dying on you again.
You know, they be doing that. It don't die, just get weird. What's the bad cars to buy, y'all? I do not like American-made small cars. Am I boring y'all?
No, I'm not.
Anybody sleepy because I'm boring y'all? Anything? We don't want y'all to buy the car that's leaking oil and don't start, and you be like, everybody in the class be like, Mr. TJ said don't buy the Dodge. Don't buy that 4-cylinder Chevy. He told us not to buy that small little toy, little Chevy Chrysler whatever car. America do not make good 4 or 6-cylinder cars. Y'all know what that means? When the car got 4 to 6 spark plugs and it's American made, it's not a good car in my opinion. I never buy used cars, especially American made cars. If it's a brand new car from America and it got less than 30,000 miles, I might be interested in it. If it's a Chevy Impala or a Malibu and all of that, if it's brand new, okay, yeah, I'm gonna flip that. But if it's not new and it got like 60, 70,000, I'm not interested in it. I don't want nothing to do with it. Good small cars to buy is what, y'all? Those are all good cars to buy. Anybody notice that they ain't all American? Because America do not make good, what do you call it, good gas savers. What does America make good at? Gas guzzlers. What do they call it? American what?
Muscle.
American muscle. So that's what you want to buy. If you want to buy something like that, you better buy a muscle car. So here's the thing, y'all. Why would this car, the gas prices hit $5 a gallon back in the days, and we almost there now, right? So all of a sudden the cars, you notice the car prices started changing. The Toyota Camrys was cheaper than the Mercedes, right? All of a sudden I looked up, they was the same prices. Because when the gas went high, the Toyota Camry value skyrocketed and went through the roof because everybody started buying them. Y'all know that? So all of a sudden Mercedes prices started shrinking because it was too expensive to drive those kind of cars. So the higher the gas prices, the lower the American-made cars and trucks are going to be. Y'all know what companies make the same cars? What companies got different names? What's my question? Same automaker, but they got different names for their cars.
Yeah.
Dodge. I thought Dodge was...
Oh, Chevy.
Okay, let's see. Let me give y'all an example. Toyota Camry, right? That's that new Toyota Camry, that 2019. Have y'all ever seen anything that looked just like that?
I have. It was like a Honda, right?
Honda?
Yeah, Honda.
The Honda? Okay, what else?
I swear I think it's an Infiniti.
Infiniti?
Yep, I just said that.
The Lexus ES350. Y'all know it's the same thing?
Yeah, it is.
Wait. It's just deeper lines.
So here's what happened. Toyota Camrys, when Toyota came out and they started selling them Camrys, they would get 20, 30,000. That was a lot of money. But they saying, look, people got big money. We want to compete with Benz and BMW too, right? So do you think they can just all of a sudden make a car and start selling it for 80,000 and put a Toyota emblem on it? Nobody's gonna buy it, right? So they had to change the name, create a new company, and they called it Lexus. And they put the big price on it. This is competing with Benz, BMW.
So a Lexus is really a Toyota.
Yep, it's the same car.
It just got a Lexus in
Yep. So the fenders will be different. The grill is different.
Wait, so Toyota made Lexus?
Toyota, Lexus is the same exact company.
So Toyota made it. So
Toyota.
they just wanted to
They wanted to charge us more money. They wanted to compete with that big money, that Mercedes, BMW money. So they knew they couldn't put a Toyota logo on there. They had to turn around and change the name. So they called it Lexus, and then they put more chrome on it. So you'll buy this Toyota Camry, and it may have cloth seats, right? But what is the Lexus gonna have? Leather. Toyota gonna have seats where you gotta put your hand between your leg and scoot it back, right? What is the Lexus gonna have?
You got the little
Electric, right? So they gonna make the electric, the Lexus all digital. So what other companies got? The same company make the same two different cars.
Ooh.
Honda.
And Honda.
What does Honda make?
BMW.
I say Dodgers.
Those are different companies. Mercedes and BMW is different companies.
Dodgers.
Okay, so what about Nissan? The Nissan Maxima, for example.
I knew it.
I knew
Infiniti.
it was one of those. I didn't know.
I knew that car.
I swear,
That
bro.
car's called Genesis.
Yep, they got. Oh, that's a bad car too.
Yeah.
So that's your Maxima, right? For example. Don't they look the same? A little bit. Do y'all know it's a big industry of people who will wreck their cars? Let me tell y'all this one. Who else make another? Who else makes trucks like look the same?
Trucks.
Trucks, SUVs.
Oh, Chevrolet too.
Chevrolet and Toyota.
They look alike.
Ram.
How about Chevy Tahoe? What truck look just like a Tahoe?
GMC.
GMC.
Yeah.
You got that. What else?
Them mama trucks.
What truck looks just like that?
Cadillac.
Yeah, them mama.
Yeah.
Is that not the same truck?
Yeah. Just different.
Huh?
That is mom.
The Chevy, the Chevy Tahoe and the Cadillac Escalade is the exact same truck with different things on the front. Different front end on it, different interior in it, bigger rims and tires, just more bells and whistles, right? This one will be like 45, this one will be like 80. Same truck. So here's the thing I noticed about people. I had a friend who had a Escalade, right? And she had a Chevy dealer right by their house, right? They live over here in LA, but would drive all the way to Beverly Hills, for example. An hour away to go take their car to the Cadillac dealer, for example, right? But they stayed right here. They could walk to the Chevy dealer. Y'all know I came in 10 years later and said, why don't you take your Escalade to the Chevy dealer and let them fix it? They told me that's not the same car. They don't do that. It's different people. I said that's exactly what they do. It's the same company. We drove right in. Next thing you know, they gave us a price and we left it. And can you imagine you've been living somewhere, but you travel way on the other side of town to do some work on your car? And you could have been walking down the street from your house? So it's the same thing with Lexus and Toyota. If you got a Lexus, you can take it to the Toyota dealer. It's cheaper to fix. Y'all know that, right? So the Lexus, they'll tell you, okay, that light, to fix that light, make it go off, it's going to be $1,200, right? Take it to the Toyota dealer, same exact problem, same exact car, they're going to turn around and tell you $800. Because you buy a Lexus, you're going to pay a Lexus price. You buy a Toyota, you're going to pay a Toyota price. So always check that out before you go there. What are good cars to buy? No, what American cars are good, y'all? The Ford Mustangs, the Chevrolet Camaros, the Corvettes, the Dodges, the Dodge Chargers, the Demons, the Hellcats, and the Challengers, right? All of these cars are V8 or better. That's why people want them, because these are all American muscle. America is known for having fast cars. America is not known for having economical, gas-friendly cars, gas savers. So if you want to go fast, you definitely want an American-made car. Y'all notice how Dodge just came out of nowhere and took control of the game? I remember everybody and their mama had a Mustang, they had a Camaro back in the days. Now I looked up and it's like Dodge just came out of nowhere and just took over. Can y'all tripping that out? Who y'all think working on them Hellcats? Anybody know how much a Hellcat costs?
A lot.
Huh? $80,000. How much you think it costs to change the oil on a Hellcat? A whole lot of money. How much it costs to just pop the hood and work on it? Tomorrow, my car didn't start this morning. The more expensive the car, y'all repeat after me. The more expensive the car,
The more expensive the car,
the more expensive the labor.
the more expensive the labor.
The more expensive the labor,
The more expensive the labor.
the more money the mechanic makes. Y'all hear what I just said? Dude come to me from Dodge, say, TJ, man, I just took my Hellcat into the dealer because that light cut on the dashboard. And I'll be like, ooh, what did he tell you? How much he want? They told me $3,500 to fix it. I'll be like, what? Really? I fixed it for $2,200. Y'all hear what I just said? Can you imagine working on the car for a couple hours and you fix it and he gave you $2,200? You walked off with $2,000. Some people don't even make that in a month. Okay, what country makes the best work trucks? Work trucks? America makes the best work trucks. America makes it. If you talking about I'm building a house and I need to I'm finna pull this backhoe over there. Y'all see this big dozer backing off the back of there? You're not finna hook a Toyota up to the trailer and pull it with that. You're not finna pull that with a Toyota. You're gonna wanna have a Ford dually, a Chevy dually, or better yet, a Dodge dually. Duck with the big wheels on the back, y'all, to pull stuff like that. If I'm gonna pull my RV across country, I most likely want my Ford dually. If I'm gonna pull a bunch of cars, a car carrier, I'm gonna most likely want a Dodge. If I'm trying to ride around through Compton, LA and working on houses, I probably want a Chevy dually or something. Chevy trucks or something like that. Y'all see these people here? Y'all heard of a celebrity car builder before? Y'all know celebrities? How many cars do your favorite celebrity got, y'all? By show of hands. Guesstimate.
I say 10.
10 cars. Fixed up. Fixed up, huh? So who is this right here? Nicki Minaj. She come in, buy a brand new Lamborghini off the lot, and drive it straight over to your custom shop. Say, I want it pink. I want pink rims on it and all of that. How much you think they gonna do? And I want some stereo, loud music in there, and I want my name in the seats. How much you think she gonna pay for that?
50,000.
A whole lot of money. 50,000 sound about right. 3 million. The car ain't 3 million though. That car is about 500,000. So probably so. The wheels by itself could probably run you about 13,000, 8,500 to 13,000. I'm a little rusty on that. But to take a Lamborghini apart and paint it and put it back together, oh, you're gonna pay some money for that. I wouldn't want to touch a Lamborghini for less than 30,000. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Because if something breaks, Lamborghini's gonna get mad and say, "Bring it to us, we'll fix it." You're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm about to customize it. I'm about to do this." They're gonna be like, "Oh, you're gonna void the warranty." You know what I'm saying? So that's why they charge so much money. But my point is, as a celebrity car builder, I worked on cars like that, and the money is crazy. So who is this guy over here? That's the game right there. That's the game right there. That's 50 Cent. What's up with this car right here? What kind of car is this? Versace. See, how come I didn't even know that?
It matches shirt.
Yeah, I just learned that in the other class. I'm like, this dude got a Versace Lamborghini. This is all Tiga's working. You see this shop here? These are all Tiga cars. Tiger. What's the name? Tiger. I don't know, y'all. I ain't into the rap no more, y'all. I'm an old school rapper kind of cat. But this is a shop. I had a shop just like this. But now what I noticed is the celebrities, since they got all these luxury cars, they don't want to take their car to the dealer anymore. They want you to come to them. So if you're going to be coming to them, they starting to buy bigger houses with big garages. So they looking for celebrity mechanics. They want a mechanic that solely, specifically work on their cars. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Do y'all know I've sold cars before when people turned around and I would ship the car to Florida, ship the car to Tennessee, and people would call me and say, TJ, man, you fixed my car. You know, remember I bought the car from you 3 months ago? Yeah, well, the trunk is tripping or something like that. Can you come look at it? I'd be like, you in Florida, I'm in California. I can't come out there. I'm going to send you a jet to come get you. Y'all hear what I just said?
Yeah.
I'm going to send you a private jet to come pick you up, and I need to fly you out to the house real quick and you fix it because I don't want nobody else touching my car. You the only one that know about the car because you built it, so you get to fix it. Do you know where the Hardtown Airport is? Like, I think I can find that. Okay, well, I'm going to send a plane to pick you up in Hardtown. I'm like, oh, okay, yes. If you would have started off the conversation with the private jet, then I would have said, yeah, I can do that. But long story short, you want me to leave my shop and fly out to Florida and work on your car, and I don't know what's wrong with it. How much you finna give me for that? How much would y'all charge for that?
A lot.
All right, give me an idea.
Like almost 100,000.
Well, maybe not 100,000. I'd be like, man, I better start off with I want 10,000 just to come out there and look at it, and you paying for everything, hotel, the whatever it is, food, everything. And then, huh? Yeah. So even to this day, y'all, rappers don't just do that, but dealerships do that. Y'all know Lamborghini sells cars in cities and states that they don't have Lamborghini dealers at. They ain't gonna have no Lamborghini dealer in Okanaga, Nebraska or something. Y'all hear what I'm saying? You like Rome, Georgia, a Ferrari dealer? Not gonna happen. So the dealers will call their mechanics and say, look, I need to put you on a jet and send you out here to Rome, Georgia, send you out here to Iowa. They got a billionaire out there, he got like 3 Ferraris. I need you to go figure out what's wrong with them and fix it. So regular mechanics, people who know, if you know how to work on those kind of cars, they will send you places to fix cars. They will say, hey, I need you to go to Dubai. They got a sheik out there, oil guy. He got 140 cars, and 10 of them are Ferraris. We need you to go look at them. So if they know you know how to work on all kind of cars, they will send you anywhere in the world to fix a car. It's not just about hanging out at the dealer, but you have to know your value. No good flippers. Cars are not good to flip. American-made cars are not good cars to flip as long as if it's
South William office, Sheboygan Home, Gabriel Cook.
It's been a while, y'all. Cars, most American-made. I don't like cheap American cars because, you know, the Impalas and all that kind of stuff because they're cheap cars. You sell it to somebody, they're gonna be mad at you if there's something wrong with it, right? Do you want to sell a bad car? Do you want somebody coming back to you talking about my car ain't starting no more that you just sold me for $4,000? No, you don't. So let me ask y'all a question. If you call somebody out of Craigslist that's selling the car and they say, meet me over there across the street from Nipsey Hussle's store, the Marathon, I'll be in that grocery store parking lot. Is that a car you want to buy?
No.
Why not? Something must be wrong with it, right? He do not want you to know where he live at. But when I call somebody and say, hey, I'm interested in buying your car, and they say, okay, I live over here off 108 and yada yada, what do you do when you get there?
Check the car.
I want to know where, okay, this is where the car's parked at right here. First thing I do is I'm getting on my knee and I'm looking under it to see what's under the car. What am I looking for, y'all?
Oil.
Oil. What should be the next thing I'm doing?
Check the tag.
Yeah, you check. I'm checking the tag. Okay, you got 2019. If it say tags expire in December of 2000, was it November of 2019? Is that a good car to buy?
Yeah,
I got a yes and I got a no.
yeah, if it's like
You said
right now, yes.
It's about to expire next month in
No.
10 days. No. You know why I wouldn't want to buy that one? Because it might not pass the smog, and that's why they're trying to hurry up and sell it. So if it don't pass the smog, that means something's wrong with it. And if something's wrong with it, that's why they probably selling it, because it's going to be too expensive to fix. So what I would do, I would tell the person, okay, well, you go smog it and get the stickers on it, then I'll buy it. And I don't mind paying for it, but if it failed, that's on you. But if it passed, okay, I'll buy it. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm also looking in the driveway. If they got a brand new car sitting over here with no license plates, when did you buy that brand new car? Oh, I bought that 4 months ago because I hit some money. I hit some money on the lotto or something. My son just signed a boxing contract. He's a big fighter. He just bought me a brand new car, so I'm trying to get rid of that. Oh, that's why. Now it makes sense why they didn't run the smog on it. then I might buy it then because I see this brand new car in the driveway and I'm like, dang, I saw your son on TV before. Yeah, I'll take it. Let me get that. Because they ain't worried about this car. They just most likely gonna give it away. So I'll buy it then and I'll probably negotiate them down. So what else we got here? What happens if they say, oh, I don't have the pink slip? Do you buy it? No, you don't buy it because it's probably not even their car. Y'all hear what I just said? They selling somebody else's car. Now you're buying a stolen car. That's a problem. What happened if the pink slip say salvage on it? Y'all know what salvage is? That means the car been wrecked before, possibly. Do you want a car that's been wrecked?
No.
Nope, you don't. So I always ask them, why is it a salvage? So we're gonna talk about that in a minute. Or then again, auctions give a bill of sales too, though. But y'all see this here? Y'all see this right here? How many miles is this?
36,000.
Nope. 369,267,000 miles. Is that a good car to buy?
Yeah.
Yeah, you buy that car? I want $5,000 for it. You gonna give me $5,000?
No, because you just.
Super clean. It's super clean. It got rims on it. Got a booming stereo system. It's 369,000 miles on it, and it's a good price. You gonna buy it from me?
No.
You better not buy that car from me, man. You don't want to buy it, especially if it's American-made car. I don't want nothing over 100,000. If it's a Toyota, and it got 150,000, 120,000, I might buy it. But something with over 150,000, I'm not even gonna look at it. I don't even want to go look at it. You understand what I'm saying? I don't care if it's a 2018. You do not buy a car with that many miles on it. That is gonna be a problem and a half. Even if they got proof that it got a brand new motor and a brand new transmission, other stuff starts going out. You never buy a car with that many miles on it. So now what I notice is people when a car got 360, when cars got a lot of miles on it, people will turn around and take this, go to the junkyard and buy a brand new one of these. They'll go find a car that was wrecked, and then they'll take this out. It'd be like 52,000 miles, and they put it in that car, and then you'd be like, wow, that's great, let me take it. But the reality is, when I'm looking at these cars, I'm always looking, if I see where you can see somebody been messing with a screwdriver, or something look cracked or broke in this area, do not buy that car. Y'all know why?
Because they changed.
Because they changed it. You don't want nothing that been changed. And then another thing is, you can look at the pink slip and see how many miles on it was on it when you registered it last. Because they always ask you, how many miles is on the car? So always do the paperwork. So what happened when you go, wait a minute, let me see.
Oh my God.
Okay, so here goes some salvage cars right here, right? So usually cars that I don't never want, see when I think about a salvage, this is what I'm most likely thinking about, and that's the one you don't want, right? They take this car, buy it from the auction, and then they turn around and fix it. Completely fix it, look brand new, booming system, chrome wheels, the whole nine, and it used to look like that. Would you buy it? Even though it's completely redone now. You don't buy that car because it's probably going to drive down the street sideways. You'd be like, why I keep messing up my back tires? I'm buying new tires every month. This car is beautiful. It's immaculate. But every month I got to buy new back tires because the car was wrecked and it don't drive the same no more. So always ask, if you see salvage on it, run. But here's another situation. I always ask, why is it a salvage? You see this truck here, this car here, the wheels got stolen. Somebody stole their high top shoes off the car, I call it. So if it's an expensive car, the insurance company gonna pay it off. They ain't even gonna ask questions. They just gonna pay it off because somebody stole this rich guy's car. So we don't even want to argue with them. Just pay it off and put a salvage on it, right?
All things.
People still do that.
They still do that. This big money. You know how much
My
these?
mom left her in Toro, and somebody took her battery out of her car.
Hey,
That's so ghetto. Like, I was like,
hey, that's
I
what.
heard about some people's teeth getting stolen. Like,
Yep.
Cadillac.
Yep, the Escalade, the back seat. People will steal the Escalade back seats out of because people take the back seat out and put it in, put the speaker boxes back there, right? And then they get rid of it. But when they go, they lease the truck. So when they go to turn around and trade it in, the dealer be like, "Oh man, that car, we can't give you no money. The back seat is missing." So now they need a new back seat. The go take the car in and sell it. Or most people who buying an SUV, they want the third row back seat, right? Because they got family and children. So now if a young person had it and it had speakers in the back, they take the speakers out and put it on the car lot, the car dealer ain't gonna want it because mom's is coming in there with her children. She want to put them in the truck. So no, that's why they will, if they take that seat out, the dealer gonna make that a salvage. If they turn around and take out that, take the wheels off, the dealer gonna make it the insurance company is gonna make it a salvage. So that's why when I see certain kind of cars and they say, oh, it's a salvage, most times the dealer, the auction knows, don't put no new wheels on it because we want people to see it just like this. So people like me, I know that, oh, somebody just stole the rims off. Y'all heard of rent-a-wheel? Rent-a-wheel be doing people like this too. They will come jack you and take your wheels back if you miss the payments. I'll be like, how you gonna buy some 30-inch wheels and you making payments on it? That's crazy. You missed the payment, now your car out there on jack stands and blocks? Y'all see this? This guy got blocks. Sitting on the truck, sitting on blocks. I came out seeing my neighbors like that. So anyway, what kind of cars do you want to flip? What's a good car to flip, y'all? Cars that got low mileage, under 100,000 miles. They got new tires on them. I like cars with new tires. Cars that got a nice paint, the original paint. What happened if it's not an original paint? What happened if you're looking at the car and it's immaculate? You're like, oh man, this is a bad car. It's black. And then you open the door up and it got white. And the door jams. Is that a good car to buy? Why not? Because it's probably been wrecked before and they repainted it. Do a cheap paint job on there. So you always want, whenever I buy a car, y'all, I'm always looking. I want to go to your house. I want to make sure there ain't no oil on the ground. And I'm going to ask you, do you got the repair history? You say you're the original owner and you bought this car brand new in 2015? And you got, do you have all your repair receipts on it? If they say, yes, I bought brand new tires from Pep Boys, here go the receipt. I bought a brand new battery from Pep Boys, here go the receipt. I bought a brand new alternator, here go the receipt. Oh, I'm buying that car. I'm even willing to pay a little more because I see that this is the original owner. He did all the repairs. So I see it got all new work on this car. So I said, yeah, this is a good deal because I see all these things that I do not need to buy. And as a matter of fact, if the battery's no good, I got 5 more years on the warranty. Here goes the receipt. That's all the company, the battery company gonna ask you, do you have a receipt? Yes, I do. So I'll pay more money for that car. But you always want to run a Carfax and check the tags. We talked about that. We always looking for, if I come, like I said, if I see a new car in the driveway, I'm cool. I am a flipper. Look for oil on the ground. We talked about that. Anybody got any questions for me? No? Y'all sleep? Okay. Why you selling? Child, I always ask me, why you selling the car? Oh, my daughter, that was my daughter's car. She went off to college. We packed her up and rolled her up out of here, and she's in Morehouse College in Georgia. She couldn't take the car with her, so we selling it. Okay, that's a good reason.
Yeah.
Here's the pictures. Here's my picture of my baby. She ain't coming back. New car purchase. I see a brand new 2019 sitting there, and you say you done sold the car. You bought a new car. Okay, yeah, I'll take that one. Oh, his ex-wife passed away. So here, you got a copy of the obituary?
Oh, no.
I'm gonna ask him straight out. You selling me this car? You selling this car, and the reason why you selling this because your wife passed away? Do you have the obituary? Now, if it's an old man, he 80 years old, I ain't gonna ask for the obituary because you already know, right? But if it's a young person, because people who selling cars always lying trying to sell the cars because they know something wrong with it. But they don't never want to say, oh, I bought it from the auction salvage and fix it up and I'm trying to hurry up and sell it cheap. People, you got a lot of people, cars I be looking for is the people who owners passed away or people who moved out of the country. A lot of people come to America, buy some new cars, stay here 6 or 7 months and then leave. They dump the cars real quick. Then you got people who need a bigger car. So what else, y'all? Y'all got any questions for me? I got questions for y'all. I want to see who was paying attention because y'all know I got gifts. I got a gift for somebody who asked me the question. How we looking on time, Mr. Turnay?
13, 23, 33 minutes.
13 plus 23. You got 11, 20, right?
Yep, you can let me know.
Yeah, we got 33 minutes left.
So it's a huge industry. It is a huge industry off of selling people stuff. I'm sorry, it is a huge industry off of fixing cars for people. People are getting over on people every day, y'all. So that's why I say it is an amazing business to start a mechanic shop or to do any kind of automotive repairs. I don't care if you just know how to change the oil in the car. That's all you know how to do is change oil. You can make probably 6 or 7 figures a year right here with a little hole in the wall shop just changing the oil. You say, all I know how to do is change brakes. Now you turn around and that's all you know how to do is change brakes because it's how many million cars in LA now, y'all?
15.
8 million.
8 million.
It's over 8 million cars in LA. Ain't no reason in the world why you can't make 120,000 a year. What do you think? Y'all think that's possible? So how many cars you get? Now we're gonna roll into some math. How many cars you got? If the brakes cost $100 to change, hypothetically speaking, how many cars you got to work on to make $1,000 a day? 10. Huh?
Yeah. That's my.
$100 a car times 10 is $1,000. So you do 10 cars. How long would it take to change brakes? Yeah.
Like an hour? No, like 30 minutes. 20 minutes.
Front brakes, back brakes, disc
All the
brakes.
brakes?
Disc brakes.
Crazy.
Nope.
Like 45 and then 2.5.
Probably gonna knock out. Go ahead.
Hour 30 minutes.
An hour and 30 minutes.
45 minutes.
45 minutes. Okay.
2 hours?
An hour.
An hour. Disc brakes.
That's great. You can clamp and get in here with a couple of, ratchets.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna be the ratchet.
20 minutes.
35 minutes or something if
That
you're
was
good.
for the first minute.
Right. I just wanted to ask everybody what they thought. I'm just checking y'all card skills. So my whole thing, y'all, is they realized back in the days when I was in high school, they used to say things like, they already knew TJ got an auto mechanic class, right? So they would come in there pitching college to us, and it was like, we over here working on cars in our backyards at home. We making money. So they said, you know what? We're gonna take college. We're gonna not give them a choice anymore. Let's pull the trades out of schools because they wanted 100% of the people to go to college. But I was very fortunate and lucky that I was able to have an automotive class before I left. Before I got out of class, because I saw the wealth. A lot of my friends are very successful that know how to fix cars up. Because why? Most of these guys, all they do is go to the auctions. They ride around with tow trucks and they looking on the side of people's houses, buying their used cars, and they fixing them up, and they flipping cars like crazy because that is a huge industry. So do y'all know that they hiring straight out of high school to work on cars? Mechanic shops are, dealers, Toyota dealers looking desperately for mechanics, the Ferrari dealer, Porsche dealer, all car dealers are desperate for mechanics. Did y'all know that? Just start looking it up, see how many mechanic jobs are in the papers and things like that. Because there's not enough people to do the labor now, to do the work. And they desperate for that. So if there's not enough people to do the labor, and now you got these rappers, these football players, these superstars saying they got 10 and 30 cars, they want to hire their own personal mechanics. So it just opens the door for people to make a lot of money. So that's what I'm trying to tell y'all the game is which is important for y'all to know. So questions, what we got? Nobody got a question? Y'all got a celebrity car builder, retired guy in front of y'all, and y'all ain't got no questions. Go ahead.
Did you ever mess up a car when you're fixing it?
I sure did.
They got mad.
Nope, they paid me to fix it. Because I would tell people, no, this is what happened. I would have a lot of people come in there and come up with these amazing things. I want you to make the doors go this way. I want you to make this do that. I want the back seats to do this. Like big, tall basketball players, they like, I want you to take the seats and scoot them back some because I'm so tall. Sometimes you mess up. You know what I mean? You got to do something that ain't never been done before. You know, you're going to mess up something. That's why I would say, it's gonna be between 5 and 30,000 to do something like that. If something messes up, hey, I need to do this. I need to go buy a new one. So if you got a luxury car, like when all these rappers started coming to me with these Ferraris and stuff, and I would call the dealer and I'd be like, okay, I just messed up this such and such. I need a new such and such. All of a sudden, they want to run a criminal background check on me. We think you stole that car. Well, I got authorization from the seller. It's a football player, and he wants me to work on his car. He dropped it off. Where are you at? What's your address? I learned not to do that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you don't need my address. I'm just inquiring about this part. So I show up at the dealer. I want to buy this O2 sensor for the Ferrari. They don't like the fact that I know how to work on a Ferrari. They don't like the fact that I even want to do the work and assess the damage on the car. How do you know that's the problem? They get mad because they want to know, how do you even know how to work on these cars? Because now they losing money. And especially when they realize, oh, it's an athlete, it's a rapper. They already know once they say, oh, TJ's working on Ferraris, TJ's building these classic cars, and then all of a sudden their friends find out, that means the dealer's going to make a lot less money, right? That means TJ may turn around and open up his own Ferrari luxury car dealership, mechanic shop, right? So you know what they always do? Every time they realize who I am, that I know how to work on a car, what is the number one thing they ask me?
How do you do it?
How I do it? Okay. What is the number one?
How much it costs?
How much it costs? Oh. Do you want a job?
I was just about to say that. I was really just about to say that.
If I said I know how to work on a Ferrari or BMW or whatever, why would I want a job working for y'all? Does that make sense? They are very quick to try to hire you, and they make it seem, oh, we pay this, we got benefits, we got good dental, we got good vision. Be like, y'all charge them $50,000, and you gonna give me $1,000 a week or $2,000 a week? What I look like? That's stupid, right? I want to charge him $40,000, but see, they know that, so that means now they really willing to pay you a lot of money. So when they find out that you really know about cars, they're going to be real quick to try to give you a serious job. You know, it's another thing. My dad, he was a mechanic too. He was a diesel mechanic. He was a bad mechanic. He was one of the baddest mechanics on the planet. He used to work at Penske Trucks, right? They respected him, but they really didn't treat him that great, right? But y'all know what happened when he got older. One day he was getting ready to retire. Y'all know what happened? They was like, no, you can't retire. You know why? Because they knew that all these new young people coming in did not know a quarter of what he knew. So when he got older, they would roll him in the wheelchair and roll him up in front of that diesel, and he would just sit there and point out stuff and, okay, change this. Let me look at it. That's all they did was coach young people when he got older, because they was desperate for mechanics, and real mechanics that could just listen to the car, listen to the truck. Oh, they know these guys are worth a lot of money, but they don't want to tell us that. You hear what I'm saying? They don't want you to know that you are priceless to them. You are valuable. They can't put a price on you, but you got to know your own worth, just like me. I know what I'm worth. I know. I'll tell them in a minute. You're going to charge $10,000 to do that. So are you going to pay me $50,000 a month? I want to make good money doing this because this rapper will pay me that. And that's when they hate to hear that. When they know that I am tapped into celebrities and athletes and ball players or whoever, oh, they don't like to hear that because they know you're going to take money out of their pockets. So that's why I tell people, rappers be like, you know what, man, that Bentley is old. You can have it. I be like, that Bentley's a 2018. They be like, it got too many miles on it. I be like thinking that car got 8,000 miles on it. Oh man, they changed the body style, so I bought a new one. Y'all believe that? That is normal.
Somebody gave you 2018.
I traded for one before. Let me tell y'all how this worked. I traded it was a football dude. He came in with a 2004 Bentley back in 2005, right? And I had a car, a 57 convertible, and he said he wanted that car, but he didn't have the money right now. And I was being funny with him. I said, let me get that Bentley, let's trade. And he started laughing, and I said, dude, check this out. In 5 years, this 57 is gonna be worth about 200,000. In 3 years, that Bentley that you paid 150 is gonna be worth about 80. He was like, oh, that's crazy, that's stupid. I paid 150,000. 2 months later, I was driving that Bentley. That was my car. Because somebody told him, yo, he's true, that's true. The value of those cars depreciates so fast. Y'all hear what I just said? They depreciate, but classic cars, the values go up. And you know what's funny? Another thing, people always say, you gotta have good credit. You gotta have good credit to buy a house. Do y'all know I had so many classic cars, I would walk into the bank and say, I don't have any credit, but I need some cash. I got a 57 Chevy convertible. I got a 58 Chevy Impala convertible. That's $500,000 worth of cars right there. They say, you got the titles? Yep. You got the paperwork on them? Yep, there you go. Okay, there you go. Y'all hear what I just said?
You got cash.
Huh?
You got $500,000.
They give you $500,000 in cash. You say, no, they ain't gonna give me the value, the exact value of it. Like I needed $250,000, for example, so they will loan you the money because they gonna keep your titles, and if you can't pay it, they'll take your cars back. That's why you see all these, what is these places on the corner? They all over the place. Pawn shops. Y'all ever see pawn shops? You ever see title loans? They got title loan companies. That's what that is. They saying you got a luxury car, bring it to us. We'll give you money for your car. You got a lot of people in LA go to jail. Y'all ever heard of that before? Go figure. So I didn't went to title loan places. I remember a buddy of mine. He had some trouble in his life. He had me up all night because I had tow truck companies, right? He had me up all night driving around to all these different people's houses. My mother-in-law got a brand new BMW truck. I paid $80,000 for. Go get that. My girlfriend over there, she got a brand new Mercedes truck. I paid $60,000. Go pick that up, you know, and take it to this pawn shop over here, and he gonna give you $100,000 and come bail me out. You hear what I just said?
Yeah.
Title loan. Look it up, y'all. Check it out. Title loans and pawn shops sell cars all day, every day. When I go to the auction, and you at the dealer's auction, they have TL on car windows. What do y'all think that TL stand for?
I don't know.
That's at the auctions all day, every day. And you know what's funny? I only see these in LA. Because you know why? Because LA got some very expensive cars. Y'all see these motorcycles flying up and down the street, these lowriders flying up and down the street, these Hellcats and all of that. These cars got a lot of money in them, and that's why they start opening up all these title loan places, because they know people be needing cash. But getting back to the houses, most people don't realize you can trade cars for houses. You can barter. You can borrow money off of your cars. But they don't talk about that to us. They say, oh, your credit's bad. You ain't gonna never be able to buy a house. You're like, I can walk into the bank with so many cars and say, I want to trade it for a loan for this house over here. Or even better yet, I will go on Craigslist and say, I will trade you this 50 cent. I had somebody call. I'm always putting cars on Craigslist. I had people call me and say, TJ, you want $80,000 for that car? I got a house out here in a city called California City. You hear what I just said? I'm like, California City, where is that at? That's like 2 hours north of Los Angeles. So I look it up, boom, oh, that house is worth $100,000. Okay, I'll trade you, because I only got $20,000 in the car. So people are trading cars for houses, cars for lands, cars for cars. Y'all hear what I just said? Cars for boats, race boats for houses. That's why I like to go on Craigslist and type in the word trade and just see what pops up. People be like, I'm willing to trade my race boat for a house. I'm willing to trade my house for a brand new Dodge Hellcat. You hear what I said? It's just a big game out here. I'm willing to trade some 32-inch rims for a Toyota Corolla. Yeah, look it up. Questions? Anybody? Am I boring y'all? No? Is that interesting? Anybody else say stuff like that? So would it surprise y'all if I say, hey, that's why a lot of mechanics are rich? Do y'all believe that?
Yeah.
Does that start to make sense to y'all now, why they are successful and having money? And how does mechanics dress?
like bums.
like bums. Y'all know for years people thought I didn't have any money. For years. I almost got arrested in front of my own house. What are you doing in this neighborhood? Because I'm coming up, I got a little khaki suit on with a patch on my shoulder, say TJ. They're like, you cannot afford to live in this area. You're breaking in this house, you know? Like, Mr. Officer, I make more money than you. What are you talking about? So perception, the system says you have to have on a suit and tie to be successful, right? Is that how that works? You got to be a rapper to be successful, right?
No.
That's what the system told us. You want to be rich, you want to make some money, you got to do something like this. You got to have a degree to be successful, right? That's what they tell us, right? But the reality is you don't. You want to live the life of a successful person, you want to look like a rapper and have money and a bunch of cars, you can be a mechanic and have the same kind of money. Y'all hear what I said? Plain and simple. Here's the thing with me. When I started working on cars, I started seeing things that the dealers messed up on. I said, dang, the dealer, this car always leaks oil under this car. These particular cars are notorious for leaking oil, like Mercedes. Certain Mercedes is notorious for leaking oil. So I said, you know what, I'm going to create something to fix that. And then, you know, you can call the dealer and say, hey, I need y'all to sign this because I'm going to tell you something about Mercedes and I want to work with y'all. I'm going to license the idea out to y'all about why your car leaks oil. I'm going to fix that oil leak problem. Y'all about to have a dealer recall and cost y'all millions of dollars, but I know the problem, what it is, and I already fixed it. So I made this little plastic seal thing that replaces that, and the car will never leak oil. So I want $1 million for my idea. Do y'all think they're going to buy it from me? But what happened if I find out the dealer made $1 billion selling that car? They sold over 100 million of that car. And I just came up with a fix for that car.
Oh, you might get money.
I ain't gonna want no $1 million. I'm gonna be like, look, I will sell y'all my intellectual property because I patent, trademark, or copyrighted my idea because I fixed y'all car. So this is what I want to do. I want y'all to give me $100 million for my idea for this seal before y'all have to pay all that money in the recall. Y'all think they gonna buy it from me?
Yeah.
Of course they gonna buy it because they already know. They making cars so fast, they pushing them out. They don't know, they getting over basically. And they hoping that it goes past the warranty. They hoping that the car drives and lasts beyond the warranty so where it don't come back on. But fast forward the story, I would come up with all kind of repairs and then I would see the dealer turn around and using my ideas and I ain't never got a penny. Y'all hear what I just said? Because I didn't know my value at the time. I didn't know when I correct the dealer's problems that I needed to sell them that idea. I needed to sell them that repair. Y'all hear what I just said? Big difference. So it's a lot of ways to create money. Just because their name is Ferrari don't mean they're perfect. Y'all hear what I said? Just because their name is Mercedes and it's an $80 billion company don't mean they perfect. Me and you, I know people sitting in their backyard in Compton and they fixing cars and they making money by working for people all around the world. Simple as that. Cats calling me, telling me, oh, they fixed, you know what, it's a show called the SEMA Show in Las Vegas, right? I go to, it's the biggest automotive trade show in the world. Every year, it's called the SEMA, S-E-M-A. I go into the SEMA show one year, and all of a sudden, the dealer of, what was it, Chevy and Ferrari and Porsche, I think it was. It was three different, there was probably a lot of them, matter of fact, because others came around. And when I told them who I was, they said, wait a minute, you TJ from California, from Compton? I said, yeah. They said, let me ask you a question. Do y'all know they paid me some money to go talk to these guys and tell them how I figured out how to put big wheels on cars and make it where the lights don't cut on the dashboard? Y'all know when you drive in the car and when the tire get low, the light on the dashboard cut on? When something goes wrong with the car, another light on the dashboard goes on. Well, guess what? When you take the wheels off and put bigger wheels on the car, all of a sudden you modifying the system. Anything, as soon as you start messing with that car, all kind of lights on the dashboard coming on, right? So I figured out how to make it to where those lights don't work. I mean, those lights don't come on, but they still work. And they wanted to know, how did I do that? They had a list of things because we've been modifying the crap out of these cars, and they want to know how we do that. So that's how I really got into this public speaking, because dealers call me and ask me questions all the time. And so this lady told me one time, she said, TJ, they pay people hundreds of thousands of dollars to come in here and talk to them. You don't never come in there for less than $10,000 and tell them anything. If you teach them something they did not know, you should patent it first. I'm like, wow, I did not know that. I did not know what the words patent, trademark, and copyright meant for a long time, but those were some words that drastically changed my life. Questions? All y'all like cars. Anybody here want a car one day?
Yeah.
So y'all should have cars for me. Questions, right? What kind of car you want? You.
I want to be in there.
You want a BMW? Okay, you. Hellcat? How much BMW cost, by the way? You don't know, you gotta find out.
My dad paid for it.
Your dad paid for it? Okay. How much a Hellcat cost? I had to look it up last night. I'm like, I just see them. I don't even be knowing. Who else want a car? What kind is it? What kind of car you want? You don't know yet? Okay. Who? A Tesla? Ooh, okay. Y'all know it was a brother figured out how to work on Teslas? You see that on Facebook? It's a black guy who figured out how to work on Tesla, and Tesla was mad about it. Yeah, what kind of cars y'all want?
I have.
You already have it?
Yeah.
What do you have? Chrysler what? Okay, Chrysler 300.
That's what I'm doing.
Huh? Yep. What kind of car you want? You don't know yet? Y'all know another thing, what I don't like about American cars, it's too expensive to work on them. Y'all hear what I just said? I buy cars, like a friend of mine, I don't even know if I should say her name, celebrity sister I deal with. She was in that movie, y'all watch Blade back in the days?
Yeah.
Remember the sister was with him in the first one?
Yes, ma'am.
Remember, what was it, All About the Dead Presidents? Remember the sister jumped out the trash cans with the gun? Okay, that's my friend, a friend of mine, right? Every car, she buys cars, I'll be like, what is that? And I'll be like, that's gonna be too expensive to fix it. She bought a Saab. I ain't trying to throw her out there. But anyway, she bought a Saab, and I was over there the other day, and I'm like, you don't never buy a Saab. She said, oh, they run great, they ride so smooth, and TJ runs so good, but they so expensive to repair. They didn't close Saab down. You can't even find a dealer. You can't find parts for them. You understand what I'm saying, y'all? When cars are too expensive to buy parts for, it's going to be expensive to repair that car. So never buy a car that's too expensive to repair. So when I'm driving down the street, what kind of cars, what kind of shops do you see, y'all?
AutoZone.
AutoZone. So
Oh,
what kind of, okay, what about mechanic shops? What do you see, what kind of names do you see on top of the mechanic shops of the cars they repair? Huh? Okay, but what kind of cars? You notice how most shops have the name of the cars they work on?
Toyota.
Mm-hmm. You always see Toyota shops. You see you see German automotive repair shops. You see Japanese automotive repair shops.
It's like,
Yeah. You know, but other people, it'd be like, you don't be seeing Saab, and you don't see, you know, this is too many. So look, I'm looking at cars that everybody got. Everybody got Toyota Corollas. That means parts are gonna be cheap. It's gonna be good repair, easy to repair those. Everybody drive Mercedes. They're gonna be a little more expensive to repair, but it ain't gonna be hard to find parts for those cars. But other cars is gonna be a problem. Questions over there. What y'all got for me? Y'all got a question for me? Y'all over there talking, so I know y'all got a question for me. What y'all got? All right, are we on time now? What you got? What kind of question you got, Mr. Ternay? Because I got a USB that I'm giving away to somebody who can answer this question. By a show of hands.
I'll show your hand now. I'll show your hand though. I'm gonna let Titus get his out the way. It's not Ultima. Right here.
Nissan do make Ultima, but he's looking at.
Another brand, like,
That looking like.
what you say? No, that was Toyota.
Was he talking about, what's he saying, Nissan, right?
Nissan,
Ooh,
yeah.
I know this.
Toyota, man. I see a hand right here.
Ooh, give her a hand, y'all. Give her a hand clap, y'all. She asked some questions she wanted. You
Oh, I don't want that.
Google it.
Infiniti, Nissan makes Infinitis, Toyota makes Lexus, Cadillac make what? Chevy make what? GMC also make what? Cadillac. It's Chevrolet, GMC, and Cadillac. They're the only ones with 3, matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken. I always thought that was interesting. They got GMC. So the GMC, okay, Chevy makes Cadillacs. GMC got Denali. Y'all heard of Denali, right?
Yeah.
Yep, Denali's is supposed to be like the Escalade. That's supposed to be the higher up one. Toyota got Lexus. And if I got a Toyota, can I go get it fixed at the Lexus dealer?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Because Toyota makes Lexus.
Why not? They make, exactly, yes you can. If I got a Escalade, can I go to the Chevy dealer and get it fixed?
Yeah. For cheap.
Okay, if I got a Altima, who can fix it for me? Infinity can. But is it gonna cost me more money?
Yes.
No, if I took my Nissan to Infinity to fix it, it's gonna be more money. But I'm gonna always take my Infinity where to fix it?
The Nissan.
Nissan, because it's gonna be cheaper. Just a little bit cheaper. Not a lot cheaper, but a little bit. So, do I want a job, y'all, or do I want to start a business? Why do I want to? Don't just want to just sit back and collect a check every week, just show up and just get paid and got dental and vision. Why would you want a business over a job?
Someone else can pay you more in
Huh?
a day.
Don't you get paid more than your own day?
You always get paid more doing your own thing. Which one will make you a millionaire, being an employee or a business owner?
Business.
So if that's the case, why does everybody want a job? I hear that all the time. People want jobs. What does job stand for, y'all? Not trying to offend anybody in here. I'm just asking. What do they say job stand for? They say just over. Y'all don't know? They say broke. We can roll into real estate.
Oh my God.
Are you gonna get a job? Do you want a job in LA? Are you gonna be able to buy a house in LA at $500,000, $600,000? How much you gonna have to make? Let's see if y'all remember the last class. How much money do you have to make if the house costs $500,000, $500,000
Over.
a year? How much you gotta make a year to buy a $500,000 house?
$500,000 house. Probably got about $5,000 a month payment.
Knew it.
And
I was right.
according to the
I said
bank,
5,000.
you got this thing called 40% debt to equity.
Listen,
So 40% of your income can be a house payment. I'll put you around like 12,000 a month, roughly 4,000 or 5,000 a month payment. That's if you put no money down. If you put some money down, you can come on down and how much you make. That's why married people buy houses, because take 2 incomes.
so you're gonna have to buy a $500,000 house, a $500,000 house, which is a little cheap for this area. You got to go that way to find a house that price. You can't go this way. You got to make $100,000 a year to purchase a house that costs $500,000. Y'all hear what I just said? So this is why I always ask people when they come in here pitching to you about, oh, this company pays this much. They be like $30 an hour, $40, $25 an hour. I'll be like, I don't want to hear that stuff. I want to hear annually. How much do they pay annually? Then they say, oh, $40,000. Can I buy a house across the street with $40,000 a year? Huh? No?
Wait, what? What'd you say?
If the houses in this area costs $500,000 and up, and it takes for you to make $100,000 a year. Would you want a job that pays you $40,000?
No.
No? Okay. So this is why you always ask these college people, when they promoting these jobs, oh, if you learn this trade, they start you off at this. You be like $30 an hour, everybody go, ooh, wow. You be like, what is that annually? Good answer, high five. Because if they don't tell you what the annual price is, then you realize I can't even afford to buy a house. But they bamboozle you and be like, oh, they pay $25 an hour. That's a good job. Oh, they start you off at $35, but in time you can go up to $45 an hour. You'd be like, what is that annually? Then they turn around and say, oh, that's $45,000 a year. You got to say, well, I can't even afford to buy a house in Southern California with that. And then they're going to look at you crazy, be like, uh-oh, it's time to go. It's time to check my phone that ain't ringing. Let me get back with y'all next year. But they ain't going to tell you that. So it's up to y'all to start telling people, if it ain't paying enough money for me to buy a living wage, if I can't get it, if you're not paying a living wage job, we don't want these people to even be moving to these areas. Or should they be teaching us about this particular thing in school? All right, you got a question. What is it? What you got? Who's talking? What's up? You want to talk? What you got?
Oh no, like I said, that's why I'm moving to Canada.
Canada?
Yeah.
How much houses in Canada cost?
I don't know.
Isn't it free health
Huh?
insurance though?
I just don't think they pay taxes.
Free health insurance.
Sure.
What about
Pay
that?
taxes.
Huh? See, it's still, even though it got, see, that's another thing. People be like, oh, I like my job, it pays $35,000, and it come with free health insurance. And I really love my job. I'd be like, man, if you cannot afford to buy a house, they're going to gentrify you and push you out of this area.
Yes.
No more questions for me? Y'all done with me?
1 minute.
I got 1 minute.
Y'all got me in front of y'all. Y'all ain't got no questions. No real estate questions for me? All right, y'all have a good day.
London.
You said what? Just stop here, go get me scoliosis.
Let's see.
Where we headed next? What we doing?
What we got? We're going right across right there in that door right across the way.
Okay. What's up, y'all? I'm out here hanging out with the young people. This teacher invited me, let me come hang out, talk to these young people.
Great stuff, TJ. Thank you.
Hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all. You know, I see too many people losing, so I said, let me see what I can do.
G to the R to the A-N-G-O. Yeah.
That was a funny boy.
Oh, watch that video. Peace, y'all. I'm out here doing my teacher thing. Talking to the youth, hanging out. I just want y'all to see what we be talking about. Things that the young people really need to know about. I'm out here, y'all. Peace.